Hi lads and lasses, welcome to my channel and welcome to an unboxing which is quite special to me. Yes, I have gotten finally the brand new Crowded House album. So Crowded House are easily in my, well easy, I would probably venture to say that they're in my top three favorite bands of all time, but don't ask me who to exclude or incorporate. Otherwise, in the other top three, but it's a band that I've listened to a lot in my life, and through them, I was introduced to. Well, I wasn't introduced to Australian music because I already liked Australian music before I heard of Crowded House or New Zealand music, as a case may be. I remember where I was the first time I heard Crowded House. My dad and I had flown out to Florida. He'd always wanted to go to America once in his life, and he loved Disney. I love Disney, Donald Duck, and we wanted to see. He wanted to see Key West, where Hemingway lived. So we did, and we flew into Miami, and we took a Greyhound bus down to Key West, which was another experience. He wanted to have traveled in America with a Greyhound bus, and then we flew from Key West back to Miami on an old DC-4, I believe, propeller plane, which was like this experience thing. The interior was sort of in the 1950s style and padded walls, and all the interior was white. It was really awesome. And then the next week because we'd stayed at a nice hotel a few days in Key West, and then we were going to stay for a whole week, just being near on a beach and so on. So we were picked up by a hotel shuttle and driven up to Fort Lauderdale, and that's where I remember on the radio they played Crowded House. And this was when they nearly made it to number one in the US, and they were held off, I believe, by Mr. Mister. Boo. So that's my introduction to Crowded House, and I don't think I bought their first album or even second album. It was Woodface. That was my first Crowded House album, and I sort of knew them from MTV videos afterwards and so on, but that's when they really I thought they were amazing. And it's funny that my first experience with Crowded House was that record where Neil nearly left Crowded House and then started a collaboration, because he had writer's block, and he started collaboration with his brother Tim, which is of course where we get Tim Finn, who started Split Enz, which Neil Finn later joined before Tim left Split Enz, and Split Enz ended with Neil starting Crowded House with Paul Hester, and of course Nick Seymour, the bass player, who's been there through all the years, who's the brother of Mark Seymour, another member of an Australian band that I really love, Hunters and Collectors, who of course wrote the song Throw Your Arms Around Me, which Crowded House performs a lot in live shows. So there you have a lot of various things there. So I don't have a lot of Crowded House on vinyl. I've wanted to, and I was sort of planning on getting on board when they did their re-release run back in 2016, I believe it was. But they also released all their albums up until then on these really nice looking book-like box sets, deluxe sets, with a second disc of extra material. And I really wanted to hear all that extra material, so I waited, held off buying them on vinyl. And now, of course, those vinyls are long out of print, and a couple of them are fairly easy to get and not that expensive. But if you want some of the others, you're going to end up with paying really high prices, and that's sort of held me off from doing it. But there we go. This was their debut album, of course. Don't Dream It's Over was that song. Really lovely reproductions of. This is their second album. You know, that's Temple of Low Man. And we got the one I talked about, Woodface. With Tim. Tim was on the album, and then they started a world tour. And it was quickly evident that Neil and Tim did not mesh on stage. That didn't work at that time, anyway. They didn't seem to be able to play together for a long period of time anymore. So he left, and they recorded their fourth album, which is a masterpiece. Easily my favorite Crowded House albums, Together Alone, which is amazing, and Mark Hart, amazing multi-instrumentalist, had joined the band, and he's no longer with them, unfortunately, partly probably because Neil decided to make Crowded House more of a family project. Is Mark Hart also been playing in the sort of later iterations of Supertramp? This is a sort of a B-sides and leftover compilation album. Afterglow, another amazing record. It easily stands on its own as a great album. I Am in Love, Help Is Coming, Paul Hester's My Tell Is Gone Bung, and Left Hand, I Love You Dawn. Yeah, just and the amazing track Recurring Dream. Very much an album that Paul left, and they got another drummer in, but Neil then decided, I think they were about to record a proper new album. They recorded 2 tracks which ended up on this best of. And then he pulled the plug, and he started a solo career, which lasted long enough that I saw Neil Finn play at the Domain in Sydney during the Olympics, and but then he was recording with his brother again. The second collaboration, Finn Brothers, when Paul Hester unfortunately decided to leave us, and that prompted Crowded House getting back together. And with Time on Earth, which this T-shirt is from that tour. I don't remember if it was this or with a subsequent tour with Intriga, where I actually got to shake Neil Finn's hand. I lingered around around the stage when everyone was leaving, and he was waving, and he saw a couple of us were still standing there, and he bent down and shook my hand. So that was very special to me, because Neil Finn to me is one of the most astonishing musicians ever. So those were the sort of Crowded House Mark II. And then nothing happened for several years, and like I said, a few years, three or 4 years ago, he's collaborated with his son Liam Finn. Neil has made a record with his wife as Pajama Club, and several wonderful solo albums, all of which are not available on, and had never been available on vinyl, at least not the 2 first. And then he made this one a few 2 or 3 years ago. Dreamers Are Waiting, and Mark Hart and drummer from the second iteration of Crowdhouse was no longer with them, and instead we have his two sons, Elroy and Liam. By the way, check out Liam's solo albums and also his late teenage band Betcha Dupa. So, and he's also joined by, was it Pete something Froome, an American producer, on keyboard. So that finally, sorry if that's dragged on a bit, but I can talk about Crowded House for ever. So that gets us to today's unboxing. And like I said, very exciting for me. I could have had this bought this record in a record shop here in Oslo, probably Friday tomorrow. Was it 2 weeks ago or was it 3? Anyway, but no, I ordered this online from Crowded House's own website. And the reason I did that will be evident, hopefully, will be revealed soon. And I'm back. Thought I'd spare you all that unboxing stuff. So in this we have their new album, Gravity Stairs, and this is the CD, which is I'm a little bit surprised that is in a jewel case. No one seems to do that anymore. I mean, they didn't do that on the previous one. And of course, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's much of a chance that we'll be getting more of these. I assume that the last couple of albums have been on a different record label. Then again, BMG. Anyway, so let's have a look at this CD. So, sort of a hype sticker. It's more of a, we didn't put the barcode anywhere else on the CD, so put it on a sticker. The inspiration for the album cover is of course the Beatles' Revolver. So there's the inside, the CD itself. I've deliberately not listened to any of the new tracks, even though I've been bombarded by chances on YouTube to do so, and Spotify, but I want to listen to this album fresh. So that is also why there won't be any music samples in this unboxing. Maybe I'll do a review, I don't know. But what can I say that not a lot of other people can say much better than me? And here is the vinyl. That looks really great. And it's a gatefold with no hype sticker. Just another barcode. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, I can't wait to listen to this. And I must admit, as much as I mean, I love Neil Finn, and evidently I love this, but I have not listened to this album a lot, the previous one, and it's not that I didn't like it. I just had unfair maybe, but I did have a bit of a issue with Mark Hart being left out of the band, and he did a very sort of dry comment about it. But if you do go into some of the fan forums and stuff, there were a few. I mean, people don't dislike Neil's son's joining the band, but that other bloke, this one, and not having Mark Hart there anymore, that did sort of colour my response to this album a bit. And I've been telling myself I need to grab it and listen to it more and push that aside. But yeah, petty of me, I suppose. So yeah, it's Neil Finn, Nick Seymour, Liam Finn, Elroy Finn, and Mitchell Froome. Mitchell Froome was the name, yeah. So, there's a gatefold, as you can see there. And inner sleeve with lyrics. And the tracks, once again. And then the vinyl. Here we are. Ta-da! Isn't that nice? That's lovely, isn't it? I really like that. Now, of course, I could have bought this at one of the two record stores we have in Oslo. Actually, just one of them sells CDs, so there you are. But then I would not have gotten this. Yes. I think Morten has to go to the framing shop. I mean, I do have a couple of Neil Finn autographs from before. I have the Finn Brothers' second album signed by Neil and Tim Finn. They appeared on Norwegian television then back in oh god, how many years ago is this? Pushing 20. And a small short interview, and then there was a competition, and we could win. They had signed some copies of their CD, and we could win it. And I assume I went online and answered the question, and didn't think much more of it. I had tickets to see them live, and I don't remember if this happened before or after. The tour was cancelled because 2 days before they were appearing in Oslo, like I said earlier, Paul Hester decided to leave us, and they cancelled the tour. But in the meanwhile, or after that, a padded envelope showed up in my mailbox, and there was a signed copy of the record by Neil and Tim Finn. But this is just great. I'm really happy to have this. So yeah. That's today's Crowded House Day. Really happy about this. My favorite Kiwi/Aussie band in the world. Mostly Kiwi now, right? I mean, all right, Nick, of course is. But yeah, Nick is an Aussie. There we are. Anyway, guys. I hope. Thank you if you've been watching this far. And sorry about waffling on on a bit. Like I said, Crowded House means so much to me and Neil and everything. And anyway, have you heard the album? Do you like Crowded House? And please leave a comment about that if you want to. And please click like and subscribe. That makes me happy. And thanks to all my new subscribers lately. It's been wonderful to have you join my channel. And I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye.